We're going to take a look at your digital connect card. If you are part of our growth plan, this is already built into your system. If you're not, then I want to show you how this works so you can understand how to engage with people within 24 hours of them visiting the church. You've got a very small window to get them to come back, and the number one thing they need is to be noticed. So by creating automations, we can send out a text message and an email within 24 hours with information and a friendly message to let people know that we noticed them at our church this past weekend. We also want to send out some internal notification that gets somebody from our team to reach out to somebody and just make that human connection. So we're going to dive deeper into this. Most churches have the problem of they have somebody fill out a connect card and that connect card just gets lost. Like nothing happens with it. So we want to show you how to make that digital, both by maybe providing a QR code or by taking something that is a paper card and entering that into the system so that those automations can happen. We like both systems. It's not just all digital QR codes. We actually found that people filling in a card is actually a very good thing as well. So we like the idea of giving both options. So when we planted the church in Fort Lauderdale, we saw 387 people come to the first service, most of them finding us on Google, which was awesome. But then the question is, what do we do with these people once they show up? Like, how do we get them to come back? And that's really the key. Even far beyond the launch day of the service, we want to make sure that every new visitor that comes to the church is getting a touch, or many touches actually, within that first week. 24 hours is amazing. Like, we got to do that. You have 7 days to really get them to engage. And then beyond that, there's about a 12-week window, about 3 months, where we can just keep on bumping them in order to invite them to come back to the church. So we want to create some automations that do this so that we set it up once, but it happens over and over again to reach out to those new people coming to our church. So what you'll see today is the digital connect card. You'll get a good understanding of what that looks like. It's got these forms and fields that people can fill in. It's very simple and easy. There's 3 things that fire off automatically once that field is filled out. In fact, let me show you. This is a diagram of our system. And here is just a nice snapshot of what people get. They'll get a text message. So a new person, a visitor, will get a text message from us. There's an internal email that gets sent to our team so that it tells us to call the person. Hey, it gives us the information. So Joe Smith visited today at church. Make sure you reach out to them, and it'll give Joe's phone number and email just so that the person on our volunteer team who does that job has everything they need in that email to then do that job well. We also want to send out emails to Joe with more details about the church, maybe even asking for prayer requests, and that's all gonna go out automatically once somebody fills out that connect card, a digital connect card. We also like, as a bonus, to write a handwritten note. Again, that could be an internal notification that goes to your team maybe on Tuesday. It says, hey, write a handwritten note to Joe. He came on Sunday. You can even include like a little script of like, here's what to write. That could be right there in that email. So it makes the job really, really easy for somebody to execute. So again, those are just some big ideas of what happens automatically once somebody fills out the digital connect card. And we also want you to have a dashboard to be able to see how many people are filling out these cards, where are they on their journey. So that's something else that we like to build into our system. Again, there's a 24-hour window where we need to engage with people, and they need to know that we notice them at the church. Whenever they fill out the connect card, we like to send a message within an hour, a text message, and then within 24 hours, that next day, they get an email with more details. And then again, there's some prompts that our staff is going to have to reach out to them to have that human element. It's not just, automation that's digital, but there's a human element. Again, that handwritten note is a really nice touch. One of the churches that we were a part of, Pastor Brandon would send a video, like a selfie video, thanking Joe for coming to the church and asking him for any prayer requests or if they have any questions, those type of things. And then he would actually send that video every single week to every visitor that came to the church. I feel like if churches would be a bit more intentional, maybe even aggressive might be a word of like, hey, how do we get this new visitor to engage within that week, that first week, then we'd see more people coming back. So again, the Digital Connect card, we'd like to put a QR code on the screen in service. So if anybody's new, they could just scan that QR code. Even better is if you could put that QR code on the seat back in front of them. That's even more low profile. Somebody can just get their phone and scan that or take a picture of that QR code. And it's just right there on their seat back. They don't have to even put their phone up in the air to be noticed. Most people want to be anonymous when they're new. So we want to allow them to do that and get that information from them so that we can get them into that automation. So again, if you're part of our growth plan, this is already built into your system. It's there, and we just want to make sure you know about it. Reach out to us so we can make sure you set it up 100% and can get this working for you in the church every single week. We should be seeing new people coming every week, and we want to make sure we follow up with them. So the form, let me go ahead and show that to you. So it's on the back end. We called it a funnel. There's like 2 pages to it. The first page is a survey. They fill out their name, phone number, those type of things. It's a very easy survey, especially on a phone. They just kind of put all their information in there. We're just asking for some basic information. Once they fill that out and they hit submit, it kicks off our automation on the back end, everything we've been talking about. And then the user goes to our thank you page. And that's really important. We just want to say, hey, thank you for filling out this form. Don't worry, we're going to reach out to you. And so they know what to expect, what to anticipate in after they fill out that form. Now, right now, we just have a nice little picture with people in the church. But we would love to put a video here, maybe from your pastor, that's just explaining a little bit more about the church, the vision, those type of things. That is just a really good way to increase the likelihood that somebody will come back. So we have that ability to then upgrade and do even more by adding that little video in the system. So just a few fields. It's very simple to fill out. A lot of people will do that when they're there for the first time. They understand that we're going to reach out to them, and that's okay. They're giving you permission to do that. An example of one of the texts that they'll get within an hour of them filling out that card. So typically that afternoon, like once they come to the church, like later on that afternoon, they'll get a message that just says, hey, thank you for coming today. It's a message from the pastor. Maybe has a link. We love to include on those text messages a link to like something further, another next step that they can take if they're interested in going further with the church. So it's a great opportunity. We want to hit them while they're just right from coming to the church for the first time. They've had that experience, and we just want to make sure we give them some sort of next step within that moment. Again, the email notification is going to go out. It has more details. Emails are you're capable of putting in a lot more details in there. You could put information about the maybe your starting point class, like whatever that welcome event might look like for you. Whatever next steps you might have. Maybe you give information about some baptisms if somebody's interested in that. So the email can have more information, whereas the text message is much more simple. And again, that internal notification is a big deal because now somebody can reach out. We can play offense and actually reach out to the person with a phone call, a video, a handwritten note, maybe all of it. I don't think we can be too aggressive. I mean, I guess we could be too aggressive. We don't want to be crazy about it, but if we just do this right and spread it out over a few days, then people really feel like, man, this church, they care about me. That's the goal behind it all. So the workflow on the back end, we built this out to be a really simple automation. So once somebody fills that out, it kicks off the automation. They get emails, text messages, internal notifications. It's all put on a timer so that it waits for certain amounts of time. And then as people interact with it, it keeps on sending them messages. Like they'll get a message on Thursday just saying, hey, church is coming up on Sunday. They might get a notification on Saturday night that just gives them the address and the service time. And then that'll go until about 12 weeks out. That's what we found is a nice sweet spot to get somebody to come back. Like usually within the first week, they decide if they're going to come back or not. And then they show up week 2, but really between week 2 and week 12. So we just want to keep on hitting them up. Not too much, like once a week or so. We're just hitting them up with a text message and or email to then give them information and bump them to come check us out on Sunday. Okay, so again, that's the basics of your Connect card. This is part of your visitor pipeline. We want first-time visitors to come through the plan a visit on the website. That way we gather their information. Then once they show up, they fill out the Connect card. That moves them to the second stage where now they've come and now we got to get them to come back. And really we want them to come back and then get into our new members event, our welcome event, whatever you call that. It could be a starting point, a growth track, whatever that looks like in your church. We want to get them there and then ultimately get them into being a connected member of the church. So we have these next steps. We want to create the automations, and that's really what this is designed to do, to help you move people through the system and become part of the church. So again, the everything is built out on the back end. It's ready and waiting for you. If you are part of our growth plan, make sure you reach out to us. Let's get this optimized and working for you. We can help you get the messaging all locked in where it's just right, and the automation in place. We want to get those QR codes over to you as well, so that you can put that up on your screens or on your seat back, and lots of people can be served well as they come to your church for the first time, and now they get noticed. If you don't have anything like this in place, hopefully this opens up your thinking to what is possible. You can implement some of this, maybe using some of your church software that you already have. But if you don't have something in place, make sure you reach out to us, and we'd love to help you do it. This is Michael with Church Brain Guide.